What up, y'all? I'm back with another discussion video. And in this album discussion video, I want to talk about Jeezy's newest album, Pressure. Jeezy. Y'all, most people know him as Young Jeezy, but even then he was just known as Jeezy. But of course, people still call him Young Jeezy. But yeah, like he's been Jeezy for a while now as far as taking the Young off of his alias. And Young Jeezy, I've been listening to him since the first album, at least the first studio album. I know he had Thuggin' Under the Influence and Come Shop With Me. '01 was Thuggin' Under the Influence and Come Shop With Me was 2003. But it was 2005 when Let's Get It Thug Motivation or something like that dropped, which I had that album. And that album was, it sounded so like 2005, like and of course it was more trap, but still trap back then, like the kind of trap that Jeezy did, and I don't know if I'd say still does, but the kind of trap music that Jeezy was making, it's different from trap today. Like, trap has evolved, I guess you could say, since guys like Jeezy. The second album, The Inspiration, if you ask me, that's a Southern hip hop classic without question. That album is just amazing. Then the Recession hits, which I think is another. I don't even want to say a classic, a Southern classic hip hop album. That's more of a. I don't know how people are gonna look back at that album. I don't think anyone considers any of Jeezy's albums classic, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think at least the Inspiration should be considered a classic, at least in the South. Uh, then what was the fourth album like? Shoot, was I don't even know. Was it Thug Motivation 101? Just without the Let's Get It? I forget what I know. That was the album when he came back. He had that song with Plies, I believe. Lose My Mind. I think that was it. Then the fifth one was the fifth one Seen It All? I don't know because Church in These Streets would have been the sixth, and Trap or Die would have been, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's how it's been. Yeah, Jeezy from Let's Get It to Inspiration to Recession, which was the third. Then the fourth one where he came back. I remember that summer everybody was losing their mind over Lose My Mind Applies. And then yeah, Seen It All biography, which I have. I have those first five albums actually. I think. Yeah, I have those first five albums. Church in These Streets, I listened to it, but I was like, yo, at this point, I'm not gonna say yo too much Jeezy, but he was dropping a lot of shit. Like as far a couple EPs, and I was like, now he dropping this album. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. Then last year he drops Trap or Die 3, and I was like, I don't want to listen to this either. I would have rather listened to Church in These Streets over Trap or Die 3, honestly, because I did peep Trap or Die 3, but I was not gonna review it, and I knew I was that was the case, just like with Church in These Streets. But with this is Jeezy's best album since the Seen It All biography. I think, yeah, it was a 2014 album. So 2015 he dropped Church in These Streets. In 2016 um, he dropped Trap or Die 3, which is weird for him to do Trap or Die 3 as an album because I think there was a Trap or Die 1 and 2 for mixtapes. So for an album to be Trap or Die 3, I was like, okay, which I didn't hear those two mixtapes. But and now in 2017, so he's dropping an album the past 4 years, and this is the best one since 2014 with the Seen It All autobiography. And here, I have to say, what is it, 11, 12 tracks, and my favorite tracks are the four tracks I really want to talk about for this album. Respect, which of course, Jesus saying like, yo, give me my respect, because he does deserve it. He's been doing this at least as a, I don't even want to say mainstream, but as a formidable artist for 12, 13 years, and just been putting it down in the hip hop games for 17 years if you count the first album in 2001. Yeah, I mean, Jeezy, he does deserve respect. And as far as In a Major Way featuring Payroll Giovanni, just saying, do everything in a major way. Spider, which just a fucking great track. I really like how upbeat these beats are. I don't want to say it's pop rap, but this is the kind of Jeezy that I remember off of the Inspiration though. If I like really those beats on the beats on here remind me of the beats on Inspiration. Well, yeah, like Spider, of course, and American Dream featuring Cole and Kendrick. Yo, Cole had an amazing ass verse. He, I, God dang, Cole really did his thing on here. Kendrick had a nice verse and was no, he was not on the hook, but yeah, freaking Jeezy to get these two, the two best rappers in the game, at least. If you ask me, Kendrick is the best rapper in the world, but Cole, he can be a little boring, but he is a good rapper though. I mean, if you talk about who are the most known artists, who are the top tier guys, Cole and Kendrick are the top tier guys, and then Drake as well. Um, so yeah, like Cole really did his thing on here. This is when Cole is outshining Kendrick for me. Like if Cole and Kendrick were outcast as a duo, well, Kendrick would be Andre, I believe. I guess Cole would be Big Boy. I think Cole as Big Boy suits him better than Kendrick being Big Boy would have. Yeah, even though Kendrick can actually be a lot like Big Boy, I've noticed listening to him. People say he's the Andre and Cole's the Pac, uh, or the Nas. Which one? I think it's either the Pac or the Nas. I know they say Kendrick is the Andre, but yeah, but yeah, that's getting away from Jeezy. And Cole paid respects to Jeezy on here, saying like, you make this shit seem easy, but how many niggas are Jeezy? No, 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 no. He said, how many niggas is Jeezy? Y'all make it sound easy. And I was just like, they really are paying respect to him. And to have this album called Pressure, I'm like, someone is Jeezy saying like he feels more pressure, like more than ever now at this point in his career. I'm not sure, but Jeezy, man, you are one of the. No one says you're one of the greatest rappers of all time, but if you ask me, you're one of the most motivational rappers of all time. Anybody can put Jeezy on and get motivated. I don't care if you're in the streets. I don't care if you're in the burbs. I don't care where you're at. You can put Jeezy on and get inspired. Like Jeezy is a motivational rapper. Just his voice and the way he delivers his flows, the beats that he gets on, and what he talks about in these songs. The way he's been doing it since like '05. It's like Jeezy is one of the most inspirational rappers I've ever heard in my life. He's he's hard hitting, like I said. Like he just has that voice over these beats. No, if you know who Jeezy is, when you hear his voice, you know exactly who it is. And of course, you can say that about hell any rapper, I guess. But certain rappers just have that voice. You do not mistake them, and Jeezy is one of them. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm not sure if you're saying you have pressure, but Jeezy, I, that's your thing. Like if you do, I can't. I don't know what you're going through, but if you're saying like you have pressure because you don't know if you've given enough to hip hop, you've given more than enough with albums like The Inspiration in the Recession. Hell, some people can only give one. You've given two or even three. Some rappers come in and don't even give a good album their whole career. But yeah, man, like one of the most inspirational rappers of all time, and that's just my take on this album. What is your take on this album? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's pretty much it. I do have one more album discussion coming today from another hip hop legend. Some people, well, he is a legend, but not really in some people's eyes. I think he's a legend though, and especially in the South. The next guy I want to talk about is a legend in the South, but that's for a separate video. And I will see y'all next time. You know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you like what you see. Check the description for everything. All my social medias and everything. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time.